Hi, this is Janet from Try It Like It Create It, and today I want to show you a fun way to make your own floral embellishments. And what I have here are little flowers that I have colored, and so I want to take you through the process that I've used lots of different materials here, and just let me slide that over and show you what I'm talking about. So I bought this floral stem at the Dollar Tree, and excuse me, it just hit my camera. And these are the little flower petals that I am using, and you can snip them off or you can just pull them off, and I've got 2 per bunch. Okay, and then I also got from the Dollar Tree these little gem stickers. So for $2 I can make a bunch of different floral accents or embellishments for my crafting, where typically you would buy something like this and it would be, you know, in the $2 to $3 range for flowers. So I want to show you a bunch of different techniques of what I've done. So to start off with, you're going to pull the little petals off, and the first technique I did was using an alcohol ink marker, and I just colored on the flower with the marker. I've tried getting it damp first with alcohol. I tried marking on the flower with the ink and then dropping some alcohol onto it. Both or all different ways to do it work, and so the easiest way I found was just to draw right on the flower, and there's no brush strokes, and it dries relatively quick because of the alcohol in the ink, and so that is an easy way. And then you can also get multiple colors in your flower, like this one here. What I did was I went around the edge with a darker marker, and then I painted it with just plain old rubbing alcohol to get it to feather like that. So here would be the flower with just the color, and then this one is with the color around the edge and then lightened up. And then of course once it's dry, you stick the little gem in the center. But the nice thing about using the gems, let me move this out of the way a little bit, is that you can take, if you get the white ones, you can color them to your own specifications. So let me grab another marker here, and we're just going to go in, and once again this is alcohol ink, so you can just easily color right on top of it. Maybe this one's a little too pale to show the difference, but maybe you can see it there. So you're just going to take your alcohol ink marker and paint right on top of the gem and let it dry for a few seconds, and then it's ready to go. So here's one that I made and then colored the white gem before sticking it on the flower. So you just take the gem off. Comes with its own sticky back, but if you don't trust the stickiness, you can of course use some glue. A lot of times when you pull it off, it comes with extra, and so I just kind of tuck those under. That's what I'm doing right here. And so then I take my flower and put it in the center, give it a good push, and then that's ready to go. And I think the alcohol might still be a little damp because this is a really sticky gem and it doesn't want to stick. But it will once the alcohol is dry. So there. That one is with alcohol ink. Okay. Another option is to just use acrylic paint, which I have done on these two. And super easy. You just take your flower once again, you take your craft paint and a paintbrush, and you need such a little amount. I actually just work from the paint that's in the lid and just dab off a little bit, and then you can paint directly onto the flower. Now this time I'm using a metallic paint, and then you can use your tools to hold it down if you don't want to get it all over yourself. And so that's another option for coloring the flowers, and just using an acrylic paint. Then the next thing I tried was to use these, let's see if I can get this in camera here. Okay. To use these Nouveau powders, and I tried it a couple of different ways. I put it on the flower and then I sprayed it. I put it on my surface and then sprayed it with water, and I'm just talking about water. And then the way I found that I like the best is to take the flower, saturate it with water, just 1 or 2 squirts, and then put the drops on top of it. And in doing so, and that might be way too much, but then you're going to use your paintbrush. Let me get my paintbrush cleaned off here. Okay, so then you use your paintbrush and you can just move that around the top surface, and this gives you full coverage, and you can, you know, get it really wet, but then you can also go back into it with your drops, and then just, if you can just get a little teeny bit here and there, you'll get some of the glimmer with it if you just let those little drops on there and to dry. So let me see if I got one here. Hopefully, I don't know. Yeah, there, it's showing up. So it first colored it, and then I tapped it again, and that's where the glimmer, the little glimmer colors are coming from. So you can see on this one here, it's wet, but let's see if I pick it up there. You can see there that that's gonna glimmer once it dries. Okay, sorry for that interruption. My daughter had a question and forgot to check to see if I was recording. So the last way that I tried to color these, and this is probably one of the easiest, if not, they are all very easy, but this one is super easy, is if you have any of these sprays. This one is a dye by Izink. You just, seriously, so simple, you just spray and it's done. Just a really simple, light little spray, and you can see the amount of ink there, but there is the flower with its color on it. And now I'm getting a little bleed from my pink, so I think what we're going to do here is spray that with water and go in with the powder and put some color on this one. And then I'm just gonna move that powder around a little bit. And you can see there that as they get wet, they also curl up. And so if you want a certain shape, you can get it wet and have it dry that way. The other thing you can do is if your color is too intense, you can use your mist. And here I'm just using water because it's glimmer mist that I want to kind of lighten up a little bit. And so you can just squish it in between a paper towel, and there you've got your lighter version. And then you can see that the yellow washed out, and so I'm just going to replace that real quick with a spritz. And so I have a two-tone flower. Now, once these all dry, and I would love to get a little bit, I know I'm being nitpicky here, sorry. I'm going to get a little bit of the pink on this petal here. And I'm trying to control the amount because I don't want a lot. Okay, let's see how that goes. And I'm just going to set that off to dry. So now I have a two-toned one. The other thing that you can do is that once you're dry, you can use a little bit of glue and put your two layers back together again if you want to get more depth than just a single flower. So that's another option that you can do. And then, you know, you can curl them up a little bit, or you can once again use the water to, let's say you use that one flat, and then this top one you want it to be shaped a little bit more. So you're going to use your water, put that in there like so, and then you have some dimension to your flower. And then of course you can put the dots in the center. You can really put any kind of embellishment in there. I have some that I've bought, like I said, that was a different color, but really all you need is the one sheet of white and you can color it the way I showed you. Another option would be like to use some gems. So I grabbed these little snowflakes thinking that that might work in the center as an option. And even, get the adhesive off the back here. And I found these in the Christmas section at the dollar store. So let's see, is that still adhesive? Yeah. So I'm going to stick that on like so. Give it a good push. No flowers curling away from it, but that works. And then I could also add a little gem onto the top of that and get a multi-layered piece. This one, I think this little dot lost its stick, so I may have to go back in and fix that. But so there, you could have a multi-layered flower as an accent. And then, you know, just a little adhesive back here or a glue dot, whatever works for you. And then you've got all of these embellishments. And you can see here that, let me pull this over, I have made all of these and I still have all of these petals left. Now I also have the leaves here, and they may be a little bit too big for these flowers, but that's okay. So I'm just going to cut them off, cut one off here, and use this as my shape, and then really just cut it down smaller, and I can get multiple leaves out of this. And then you can see how you can have a leaf and a flower as an embellishment, and that's all from just 2 products from the dollar store. And then of course I'm using my colors that I already have on hand, so it just depends on what craft supplies you have that you want to use to color, but this is a really thrifty way to stretch out your budget and make a lot of different embellishments to use in your crafting. So I hope this was helpful, and I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up, if you'd subscribe to my channel so you could see other tutorials coming in the future, and I'd love to hear any comments if you've tried this and how it worked for you. So thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you back here again soon.